Hey, what's up, Relic community? This is Buggo coming to you from the Relic head offices in Vancouver, British Columbia. And surprise, surprise, we are with Sean Dunn, aka Tranj, as you may know him from the forums. So Sean is actually the creative director at THQ. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do in that role?
Sure. So the creative director position at THQ is much like an editor position at a book publisher. So if you kind of look at Relic as being the novelist, I'm kind of like the editor that makes sure that all of the absolutely fantastic work that Relic does comes out in its best light.
Awesome. So how long have you been in that position?
This position, I've been in this type of position for 6 years now at THQ, and recently was promoted to this position about 6 months ago. And have been loving it so far.
That's great. And what was your career background before that?
Well, I've been in the games industry for about 15 years now, and it started out in the multimedia entertainment industry doing music-based CD-ROMs. And then I was a producer at Activision for a while, and then I went off and started my own value games publishing and development company, and decided that I was sick of making value games and wanted to get back into the hardcore PC games.
Awesome. So what would you do on a typical day at THQ?
Well, I really don't have any typical days. There are a huge number of things that I'm kind of involved with and responsible for. On a daily basis, I try to visit as many of the forums and as many of the community sites as possible, just to make sure that things are going smoothly, and get a huge amount of my kind of creative impetus from user suggestions and user feedback. I'm a big fan of listening to our consumers when it comes to direction we take product in the future. But on a typical day, I'll do probably a good amount, a couple hours of playing of whatever product that I'm working with. So whether it's Company of Heroes, Dawn of War, or any of the other THQ products. Do a lot of feedback providing to the developers. So the feedback ranges in from just fun factor to user interface to even preliminary bug testing and whatnot. There's really just a wide gamut of stuff.
Right.
And then also we deal with things like security systems. I'm sure people are quite happy recently that we've gone to a non-invasive security system for them.
Definitely.
And that was actually something that we looked very much towards community feedback for. And we really figured that we were punishing our valid users more than we were preventing the pirating users. So
right. I think there's a lot of agreement on that from the forums, as far as I can see. So do you ever play games at work?
A lot, yes. It's actually one of the fantastic parts of my job is that I have to play games. It's really hard to give feedback on the product without actually playing it a decent amount. While I'm not the greatest RTS player in the world, I certainly do put in a lot of time at it.
Yeah.
If someone is people on the forums are talking about the product and I don't know the product intimately, it's hard to kind of take that feedback and really understand it. So I try to do as much playing as possible.
Right. So how did you get into gaming in the first place?
Wow. I was a computer nut from, I think, birth, and I was born before the age of computers. That's how old I am. Now, my first computer was a Sinclair 1000. It had 1K of RAM and a flat keyboard, and I remember filling up the cassette tape with the first program that I ever wrote. And I was a huge Commodore 64 gamer, and I just fell in love with games as a kid, and went with a computer science degree in college, and really with the intent of becoming part of the gaming industry. So
what advice would you give to people wanting to get into the gaming industry?
Well, I see a lot of gaming schools popping up, and I've not explored them too much, but really I think one of the most important pieces is, depending upon what part of the gaming industry you want to get into, but one of the most important pieces is having a good education.
Right.
And I think a good education over a gaming education is preferred. The gaming educations are great, but a lot of it is stuff that you would learn in a kind of introductory position at a publisher or a developer. And, learning how to write is one of the most important pieces, good communication skills. Obviously, if you're a programmer, it's a whole different set of skills. We actually forgive programmers' ability to communicate. But I think education is a key portion, and actually, persistence also. Gaming is an enticing career at this point, and so we get lots and lots of applicants, and you really just need to, show that you are, able to communicate well, and that you're different from the rest of the crowd. And
right.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your relationship with Relic? Obviously, you're visiting us right now, so
Right.
do you do this with all the studios? How does that work?
Well, yes, all the studios that I actually work with. Relic is pretty much my primary focus. There's another product that I'm working on with another studio. I work on Supreme Commander also with gas-powered games, so another PC RTS. You can tell where my passions lie.
Yeah.
But my relationship with Relic is fantastic. I've been coming up here, once a month, once every couple months for probably the last 4 years, ever since the Dawn of War and Company of Heroes started
Right.
long, long ago. And really built up a good rapport with all the people here. Relic is just a pool of fantastic talent and some really, really unique people that are a lot of fun to work with.
So you attended the Company of Heroes wrap party a couple days ago.
Yes.
What did you think of that?
Yes. It was fantastic what I remember of it. A little overzealous in the partying, but it was great. It was a good end to a very long product. So
Yeah.
and there was a lot to celebrate for. So we had a lot of fun.
That's great. So how did you get to be so involved in the community?
Well, it was almost by accident. I was actually, during the development of Dawn of War, looking for some kind of information on some stuff that Relic had done in the past, and came across the Relic news site, and just kind of started trolling around the forums a little bit, just seeing what people were talking about, seeing what people liked about Homeworld or Homeworld 2, things that they didn't like, and it just started kind of evolved into. I really saw the passion that people in the community had for the game, and I thought that it was, only right and fair to kind of give that passion back. So, I started to become involved with the forums and try to give information where possible and
Right.
make
And this
sure
is all
that
in your free
people
time,
understood.
right?
Yes, I mean it's during. I do some of it during the work hours, but I find myself glued to my computer late at night after the kids are in bed, and I really am interested in what the community thinks about the products, and really take the feedback to heart, and especially when it's well written and well presented. It's really hard to ignore because these people are our consumers. They're the people that are buying the products, and if we don't listen to our community, I think that we have the potential to lose them. So try to listen to them as much as possible.
I agree. So how would you describe Relic's community and fans?
Let's see. Let me try to do it without using any type of profanity. No, I'm kidding. The community is fantastic, and it's extremely eclectic. You have people who are extremely passionate, sometimes in a very negative manner, but still, that passion comes across there even. There are people from all over the world. That's one of the amazing things, is that it's almost humbling sometimes to see how many people there are around the world that play these products and are so passionate about them that they're willing to speak about them in their non-native language. And I really applaud the people who spend the time to do that. Time to time you get the resident crazy person on the forums who you'd love to just not see there again, but you get some really fantastic people who who are doing doing this without pay, without compensation, except hopefully we're compensating the fans with actually just listening to their feedback and suggestions. For example, 90% of the features of Relic Online were born from fan suggestions and their feedback based upon the system that we had in Dawn of War.
And that's still ongoing. Even I know that
Absolutely,
a lot of the developers are still reading the forums and looking for more features that they can add.
Yes, we have a long list of features that will be added to the whole Relic Online system for Company of Heroes and for future products.
So what's the craziest thing you've seen in the community so far?
Wow. Well, there was. It's actually quite funny. Someone put together a little picture of me at work, and it was absolutely bizarre how close it was to reality.
Can you maybe describe the picture for people who haven't seen it?
It's me sitting at a desk, and I think I'm yelling at the computer, and I'm holding I believe it's a Game Spy mug or something like that in one hand, which is fairly appropriate. And I'm bald too, so that helped out with the accuracy level there.
That's awesome.
And then actually, I think one of my favorite moments was participating in Grotfest.
Oh, right, that's Grabnuts'
yes,
competition.
And that was a blast. It took a little coaxing to get me in there, but I had a really good time.
Awesome. So can you describe what Grotfest is for some people?
It's a little hard to describe, and I'm not sure I understood it while I was playing it, but it was basically we built as many grots as possible, and pretty much it was last man standing, and I cheated a little bit, but that's all right.
How did you cheat?
I think I might have brought in, like, oh boy, I don't even remember what I did. I'm sure Grabnuts will remember.
You brought in an extra unit?
I did something like that, and then claimed innocence that I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to do that.
That's awesome. So you must get a lot of PMs then on the forums and people emailing you.
Yes.
I mean, it's not even your real position to be getting these, and you're just totally doing.
No, it is not my real position, and I do get lots and lots of PMs, and I try to respond to as many as possible, except for the ones asking for free copies of the game. Those I pretty much throw away.
Yeah.
Again, people are actually fairly respectful in the private messages. I don't know that I've seen a negative PM once. There are people that will ask questions or ask me to look into a certain area of the forums, and I'll try to do that when possible. But yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy being, a part of the community. I mean, I play these games in my off time. I don't play as much Dawn of War as I used to, but, I'm an absolute Company of Heroes addict right now, and,
I've
play
heard.
as much as possible.
I run into a lot of people who says, "Oh, I played with Trange last night, and he just destroyed me. He's so cheap. He masked this or spammed that."
See, that's just me testing to see if these, supposed imbalances are actually there.
Yeah.
No, but actually, I don't know that I've wiped the floor with anyone in quite a while. After the first days of release, I expected to get on and be able to do really well, except it seems like every person I played was someone from the beta that was 10 times better than I was. So that was a little frustrating, but fun in and of itself. And yeah, I really enjoy playing the games.
So what do you do for fun in your spare time then?
Well, my spare time is pretty much devoted to spending time with my kids. Lately, we just finished Lego Star Wars 2.
Oh,
and,
I heard it's awesome.
It's a fantastic game, especially if you have kids. It's a great co-op game, and we do a decent amount of that, and then try to get out of the house as much as possible on the weekends. So. Right.
So I guess you're raising gamers then?
Yes, I am definitely raising gamers. So I have to force them to be athletic sometimes and get out of the house a little bit so they don't turn into little couch potatoes like their dad.
So you've attended quite a few presentations and meetings at Relic in the past couple days, and I guess my big question for you is, what are you most excited about for the future of THQ and Relic?
Well, it's kind of a loaded question, because the stuff that I'm most excited about I can't really talk about having it not have been announced. But
I know, it's the pain of our jobs, you know.
It is. It's
frustrating.
And, I've made the slip a couple times and it's not been too damaging, but right now, yesterday I was in a pitch for a product that shall go unnamed, but the ideas and the changes are just, I was getting goosebumps in the meeting. So it's one of the fantastic things about working with Relic is that they're really prone to look outside of the box, especially in the RTS space. I think the RTS space has been fairly stagnant for a long time, but if you look at Relic's history with products like Homeworld, even Impossible Creatures, they're very much not the Me Too, Dawn of War's introduction of melee combat, sync kills, things like that, and you're starting to see them crop up in competitor product all over the place, and it's really it's very satisfying to see that we're helping move the genre forward.
Right.
Fully destructible environments, they'd been done a couple times before in some lesser known products, but the level with which Relic has taken that, and the level with which I know it's going to in the future here, is really exciting. And expect to start seeing that crop up in competitor product as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think that's it. Thank you very much for coming up and visiting Relic, and for being in my video interview. So I'm sure you'll see lots of comments in the forums. And thanks, guys, for being such great fans. Bye.